Hello everyone, thank you for watch this video. This is William Gonzalez and my partner Jose Martinez. We are grateful for the opportunity that we have to share this video with you. So hello Jose Martinez, how are you do?
I'm doing great, William. Thanks for asking. I hope you are doing great also. And I'm really excited to have you here because in today's video, we're going to have a little conversation about a specific topic that we have made up our mind already. And I'm going to also share the screen with you. For the rest, there is going to be watching this video can have a better idea about what we're going to be talking about. As already stated, I'm really excited that you're here. And I'm going to be sharing the screen right away so we can start our conversation today is about this specific topic. Our topic is the security of El Salvador and its development. We do have in here also an objective, and I consider that we gotta recognize how important has been all those changes that we have facing so far and all the advantages that we have getting as an outcome of the security that nowadays we're getting as a country and all the different areas like education, investment, tourism, job opportunities. And there is a lot of information that we gotta say, and there are going to be some things that we're not going to be discussing due to the fact of some regulations and policies about the security in our general country. But in general, we're going to be basically discussing how El Salvador has improved in the last 5 years and what are being like the the greatest advantages that we have been gotten so far and what are some of those areas that have been like getting those advantages as education we already stated. So we have also Ken Tide and Willing is going to be talking a little bit about it. So William.
Thank you Jose. Well, now we really like to talk about the security now. So you told you before, 4 years ago was different the situation of El Salvador, you know. So, but now, uh, well, we know that many problems still need to be solved, including the security, the education, tourism, and other areas. You know, as Salvadorians, we would to like to be able to continue living protect for the government. You know, from this type of social problem that we have.
Exactly. And there are so many benefits that we have been facing. And I would like to share with you the first question that we're going to be discussing. And I'm really excited to hear you what's your opinion about it, William. And yes, the first question is what is the current state of security in our country and how has it evolved in relation to the last 5 years? What do you think about William?
Okay, good question, sir. So the security in our country has not stopped. So at first, many people thought that the measures or laws imposed for the government, we are going to do it for a little short time, but surprise, because we still live with these laws in measure, you know. So it that has made it possible to stop the violence in our country. And these are good things because 5 years ago or 10 years ago, um, uh, we we are collapsing from a lot of violence in this sorry in our country, you know. So now the progress in our country is little by little, you know. But uh, this is my answer for this question, Jose.
Exactly. And actually you're right. So this is noticeable. And actually we all know that we have been basically living a different story. Okay, because as it used to be in the past, it has been basically totally changed because violence has been reduced. Absolutely. I'm not gonna say that this has been not, because it is. And actually, you can go first of all anywhere without not taking the risk of being basically hurt by someone else, due to the regulations that we have, their president, or may say that our government has been applying to our country in order to get as safer as we used to be. As you can notice, you can go anywhere. You can just basically take a bus. Nowadays, as you couldn't before in the last years, it was totally different because going by bus used to be dangerous, more dangerous and not safer as it is nowadays. And also not only going by bus, as you can go ahead, like if you think about the El Salvador center, you know how it used to be in the past. So nowadays you can see a lot of stores, a lot of things in there that you can do. That sometimes if you go like on weekends, you can find in there music, live music. You can see a lot of bands playing, and and so on. As you can notice, there are so many people that are pulling out their telephones, taking pictures anywhere, and we can see so many things that we couldn't see before in the past. Have you have nowadays an opportunity for you to go to like San Salvador downtown? Have you been in San Salvador downtown recently?
Yes, 1 month ago, I go.
Exactly. Have you noticed the difference as it used to be in the past? Nowadays, I remember that 1 week ago I was like in El Salvador downtown, San Salvador downtown, and definitely I took a lot of pictures. I could take out my telephone without not being stolen by someone else, and that's great because you can enjoy it with your family members, with your friends. I could hear a lot of music around, a lot of people playing, going, taking rides and bicycles, and this is great. And actually, I gotta say
I
that
I have a friend told me about this. Before, you can't to have your cell phone in your hands because and that is dangerous. but now
exactly.
it, but now it's so different. San Salvador is so different
And not
now.
only San Salvador, exactly. We gotta admit that basically in all over El Salvador we have been facing those changes, and security has increased, violence
Yes.
has decreased in this case. Is less than it used to be in the past. In like beaches, you can go anywhere. You can go to the
Now
volcano,
you
you can go
can.
to the mountain,
n-
you can go to the beach, you can go to the lake, and you can have a lot of fun with whoever you want to, and you can take the bus, you can walk on the street, you can go shopping, you can basically do and live our life as we couldn't before. I'm not saying that this is the best country ever, that the safest one, that you don't take the risk of probably being like a stolen, or that you cannot be like got an accident like from a car, for instance. Yes, as we already mentioned at the beginning of the conversation, that this is ongoing. Okay, we gotta admit that we have a different country with different scenarios that we used to as the used to is, but there are some little things that keep on working that are still being changed by citizens, that we are the citizens, and by the government. But in general, if we compare as the last 5 years, we are doing things that we couldn't do before, like go to the beach, go to the school, basically, because go to work, actually, because we all know all the things that we have been going through for us to have the life that we are having nowadays in our country. We're going to be talking a little bit about it, and I'm really excited to to keep on talking about this a specific topic because it's quite important. Is we can notice because we have noticed all those changes that we have been getting so far. And actually, yes, I definitely agree with your opinion. And we do have a second question, but in general, we already made up our mind, and we agreed that El Salvador has changed in the last 5 years. Is that okay? Is that right? You
That's
agree, right?
okay. Yeah,
Yes.
it's great.
And
See,
also, mhm,
mhm.
go ahead.
Okay, no, I remember, well, 5 years ago, you told you before. So I didn't like to see the news on TV because I dislike, all the noise in the newspaper because the violence is everywhere. So is that is very was very bad, So I don't
Exactly.
feel good. But now it's a little different. Well, different.
Exactly. I cannot say that it's a little bit different. It's absolutely wonderful because we used to have in the past, we used to be like on the top of the list of the dangerous places in Central America. And nowadays we're having a different
Yes,
life, a different moment, a new opportunity for us as Salvadorians to be on the top of the list of the safest places in all over Central America and all over the world. And actually, I
before.
saw on the news newspaper, television, on social media because I love social
Mhm.
media, and though basically we are like on the top of the list with the best president. We're not talking about politics because, but we gotta mention that this is a great change that we have been facing so far, and nowadays we are basically on the top of the best countries ever with the best views, volcanoes, lakes, beaches, and security and changes. So people are coming from all over the world to see those changes and enjoy with us and create a different environment because people are coming due to the fact that we are nowadays on the top as one of the safest
And I
countries
and
in Central America. Yes.
yeah, thank you, Jose. And I think that is the advantage for this project in El Salvador for the
Exactly.
security, because French people visit more El Salvador,
Mhm.
all Salvadorians who live outside the country and who had no return for years, and now visit us in El Salvador. And that is very good.
Exactly.
It's an advantage for now for us.
Yes, and I appreciate your opinion. And now we have a second question that we're going to be talking about those advantages and disadvantages. So the question is,
Okay.
what have been the main advantages and disadvantages for the current country's security in all areas? What do you think a little? What do
Yes.
you think about it?
Okay. Yes. I told you before. So for me, it's very good foreign people visit us for the tourism here in El Salvador. So I told you before too, the Salvadorians and the moment who live outside the country and not returning for years. Now, the Salvadorians can can come here in Salvador and visit more tourists. So it's very good.
Exactly. If we talk about advantages that we have gotten, this is endless. We're not going to never end up talking in like discussing about those advantages. Let's talk about economic. Economic is
Mm-hmm,
going up. So I can see
mm-hmm,
people creating new products. I can see people selling everywhere, selling candies without a problem. People that have some store, the people that have been put some restaurant in so many places, as you can see on the street, on the beaches, on the volcanoes, on the lakes, and there are so many people that have been creating crises and that they are selling, they are like promoting, they are creating, and that's good. That's great because we as a country we are progressing. We have been working together to have this life that nowadays we have. If we talk about education, nowadays we have more opportunities due to the security that we are facing because you can go to university, you can go to the institute, you can go to school, you can take the bus, and we have scholarships that the government has been giving But not talking
Mhm.
about a scholarship that the government has given, is just the fact that some other organizations have been like supporting people that live in like those areas that they are have not been like living like people that live in San Salvador, or people that have a better job opportunities, or people that have a different life. Because in El Salvador we have some areas um to the lower class, for instance, they have better opportunities now due to the fact that we have a different security, because security has brought us a lot of advantages. Like you, if I'm not mistaken, you were talking that in the past, you couldn't go like to the school, for instance. People didn't let childs go to school alone, or because of crime, those kind of stuff that due to the
Mhm.
regulation we cannot mention, but we all know what we're trying to say, right? And if we talk about economy, if we talk about tourism, a lot of people from
Mhm.
all over the world is coming to our country. So many things that we have seen so far. There are a lot of advantages that we gotta keep on working on it to keep it having it. And I'm really glad so we can enjoy our rights as a humans, as Salvadorians. And this is amazing. A lot of opportunities. I think that there are a lot of information that I would like to share. And but we all know, we admit that those changes that we have been facing has been incredible. And I am one of the person who admit and do want to keep on working to keep on having this life that we're having so far. And I have also the
Mhm.
last question, which is what do you think of the main measures, actions, and strategy implemented to improve our security and the current changes in our country?
Well, I think all measures and strategies are very good because I'm sure that, like me, many people expect something like this, a quick, effective, and true action. Why true? Therefore, we Salvadorians have always lived with fear, insecurity, light, etc. But now everything is different, you know. We can see a big difference in the change that our country has had in the investment that foreign business men are making to be able to have better job. So for me now, the strategies now is very good. More people can say the Salvador El Salvador is very strict with the laws, but now is the better now.
Exactly. So I know for us to have this life that we're living, that we're having nowadays, the government had to take actions, and they did actually. They implemented some social strategies, some regulations. They to organize the entire country. So we gotta
Yeah.
say, I definitely agree that this is fundamental. This is essential because the outcome that we're having as as a country, it's absolutely incredible. It's
Yeah.
grateful, and it's rewarding because we can basically do and be whoever we want to nowadays. And those regulations, those measures, those actions that the government took, they have to be like that, because without no taking actions, we cannot have this life that we really wanted to have. So I do believe that there is some people that they are not going to be there, they're not going to agree, because but we gotta admit that this is essential. So not everyone is going to agree with the actions that the government took, because they
Mhm.
put basically so many people like that they were not guilty to jails, but they are already working to get this fixed. But in spite of all those difficulties of that we were facing throughout this process for us to have a peace, freedom, they they were supposed to be
Mhm.
taken for us to get this life that we're having. So I'm really excited to be here with you
Yes.
discussing, and basically we share the same opinion, that we agree that those measures and actions and strategy that were taken by the government were necessary and essential to carry out for us to get this life that we are having nowadays. So basically,
Yeah.
this is for today's conversation. And I would like to say goodbye. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank